Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are showing you my updated 4-2-2 tactics. I'm going to go in depth about them, explain all the changes I've made, how I'm using it. We're not going to be showing gameplay in this video. I've been playing off stream a lot in the last week because, simply put, there is a Rivals season that is ending soon on FIFA, and I'm trying to get enough points to make the qualifiers. It's very sweaty out here. I keep going up and down. If I don't make it, it's whatever, but I'm trying my best to grind and get through it. But these tactics today helped me hit rank 1 last weekend, and I came 4th or top 4 in a qualifier for E-Prem out of the whole country. So these tactics working at pro level, they're working in weekend league, getting rank 1. I've used these on my road to glory as well. Yes, this is my pay to win team, but my road to glory as well is use these, so it works on old gen, works on new gen, works with good teams, works with bad teams. But yeah, let's get into the actual tactic. By the way, this Messi, these are all in the elite division. He's getting a goal or an assist a game against the best of the best. Like, this Messi is outrageous, feels a lot better than the gold Messi did. Okay, here we are. So we have defensive and attacking 4-2-2. My ultra defensive and ultra attacking, I will quickly go through them towards the end of the video, but I just wanted to more go in depth about the actual ones I'm using for the most part here. I tend to start most games in the defensive one. The defensive one's really nice because it still has quite high depth, but it doesn't go too crazy in terms of the press. So generally speaking, we've got the two ones here. We've got the attacking and the defensive. The big difference here is, simply put, on the attacking one, you go press after possession loss and have higher depth to get the auto offside traps. If you want to be a more aggressive, more attacking, in-your-face type of guy, then start with this tactic. If you prefer to be a little bit more conservative, a little bit more literally balanced in your play, go for this one. I tend to mix it up depending on how I'm feeling in a game, but I'd say on average, I'm starting in this one more often than not. And then if I'm losing by a goal or two, I will always switch to the press after possession loss one. I've upped the width a fair bit. I think this helps you just draw players out of the middle to give you space, more space for the strikers. Your Lam and Ram still do get involved centrally, so the width's something I've changed. You can lower it to 50 or 60. It will still work fine, but I've just been finding this is working well for me and opening up a lot more space for the Travellas I've been finding. The width on the defense, I leave anywhere from 40 to 50. I think 50 width works fine though. In a 3 or 5 back, you'd want to lower the width because you've got more centre backs anyway. But in this, I think 50 is good. Balanced build-up play and direct passing on chance creation. I run that in pretty much every default tactic I have. Direct passing is really, really good. It pins the centre backs back and just helps a lot when it comes to your attack. Players in box, I've got on 7. I want lots of players getting forward. You might want to lower it to 6 if you find it a bit too attacking, but this has been working well for me. For the instructions, stay central, stay forward. Because my width is so high, I like the strikers to stay central, just so I still have some focal points there. I've experimented with getting behind, and I just think it's good at times and helps give some really nice runs. But in general, I prefer the balanced runs that you get from the mixed attack on attacking runs. For my Lam and Ram, come back on defense, get into the box. It does hurt their stamina a little bit, having come back on defense, but I think it's more vital to have more people back helping you defend. So for me, I like having that. Get into box is good, but they do still sit on the edge for Travellas, but it also allows them to make better runs at times. You want your defensive CDM, the more like destroyer-like, to be on stay back. So Vieira is clearly like the best in the game for this type of role. And then you want your creative midfielder to be on balanced attack. Have them both on cover centre and cut passing lanes, and then stay back on Vieira. This is key as well. If you have a left footer or a right footer, put your left footer on the left side and the right footer on the right side. This is the same in Lam, Ram, Striker. Simply put, the Travellas are really good, and if you can, that's the outside, the foot shot with L2. If you can get a chance to do them, then they're really nice. And having a left footer at the left side and right foot at the right side works for that. Stay back on all of the defenders and step up. Step up is a little bit risky. If you're finding you're a little bit too open in attack and you're not switching quick enough, step up might be something you want to take off. Comes across as sweeper keeper on my keeper, but I don't really think that the keeper instructions do a lot at all. For this tactic, I think it is literally the exact same across the board. We'll check the instructions in case I have changed something and don't remember. I don't know why my players in box would be 6 on that one. It should be on 7. Sometimes I make changes or accidentally tweak something and forget to fix it, so you have that. This one, though, it does play quite different in games. Simply put, going above 72 or 72 or higher depth gives you auto offside traps, which, if you're not good at switching, can screw you up at times. But if you're good at it, it can be very nice. Press after possession loss is a bit OP, but it does leave you a bit open against through balls and 1-2s against really good players. I think the instructions are pretty similar. No, we do have getting behind on the strikers, so there is that. I'm probably going to put them back to balance, though. I think that the getting behind just doesn't work well for how I like to play, at least. Come back on defense, balance, crossing runs, we'll put getting to the box on those. For the CDMs, it is the exact same. We're not changing anything with the CDMs. This staying the exact same. It's always worth, by the way, checking your tactics to see if you've accidentally, I've been playing the last few games with these. The weekend league, it definitely was getting to the box, but I built a new squad for Elite Division, and for some reason I've getting to the box, so that's pretty annoying. Stay back, cover centre, not stay back, cover centre on a fullback. You don't want to cover the centre on a fullback. You're not even allowed to cover the centre on a fullback. Stay back, step up on all of these. And then I'm not going to run through all the instructions, they're just pretty much get forward, getting behind type of thing, but for my ultra attacking, it is the 3-4-2-1. It just has a crazy amount of attacking options going forward. This is a tactic that I want to use when I'm trying to get back into a game. For this, full depth, full constant press. The depth on this game effectively is about how high your team actually press. So when you have the depth at the max, your team are going to press a lot higher up the pitch. I don't like forward runs or fast build-up in general, but in this tactic, it works quite well. My instructions, we'll just flick through them. They're pretty standard, to be honest. Nothing special there. And then for my ultra defensive, to see it out, I don't really use this too often, to be honest. I kind of just use my normal 4-2-2 defensive, but if you're really struggling and find having an extra centre back helps, and the 5-1-2-2 can be very useful. Just gives you that extra defender, doesn't it, to help deal with the nonsense you can see late on in the game when people are pressing you. Lower depth, lower width in the attack, just because you want to be able to do through balls down the middle. You could go higher width though if you're struggling to get any width naturally, but this formation has a lot of width with the wing backs. We'll flick through the instructions. Nothing too special with the instructions here. I normally go in a normal 5-back, join the attack on the fullbacks, but I don't want to join the attack in my ultra defensive one. Yeah, those are our tactics. Make sure you do set your roles. I always put a right foot at left corner and a left foot at right corner, just for the in-swinging corners and the direct ones. Setting these before can save a fair bit of hassle. The amount of times I see people having to constantly change their set piece taker because they've not got it set before. Yeah, those are the tactics, boys. 20-0 weekend league, top 4 in a UK qualifier. Feel like the 4-2-2 is really good right now. I'm going to experiment with a 4-2-3-1 soon, I think. But I want to finish the season in these tactics. Hopefully that's helped you boys, the update tactics. Let me know how you guys are getting on. Appreciate you guys and the support. Keep it spicy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.